Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have Vic20 all the way from the USA. Let's say hello.
Oh, hey, James. I didn't see you there.
Oh,
Hello, world.
hello. Where are you calling from today, Vic20?
I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, a little tiny city called Watauga, slammed right in the middle of those two cities.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on the show today. It's so great to have you aboard.
Yeah, I really appreciate you asking me. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, miracle of the internet.
Yeah, it's wonderful that we can reach out to each other from different countries. So I'm calling from Australia, and it's wonderful to have you here today. And we want to talk about your music. Tell us about what Vic20 is all about.
Vic20 is a musical project of mine that I started back in like 2017. And being a kid in the 80s and growing up with bands like Depeche Mode, New Order, Pet Shop Boys, OMD, all that great stuff, synth pop has always been my DNA. And as I started making music, we were doing synth pop in the early days out of high school, and then later on I was doing like just like techno music, 140, 150 BPM kind of stuff, real hard, slamming, played a lot of raves and things like that, and then gave music up for a while, became a dad, had a family, got a job, wore a tie, and now my kids are married, moved out of the house, and this is my daughter's old bedroom, now my recording studio, and I just do what I love. I think when I'm 80 years old, I'll probably still be making music.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I discovered you, Vic20, because you actually reached out to me after watching episode 4 with the Echoing Green. And you sent me some of your music, and I started listening to it, and I was just like, wow, I love it. I think the thing that I love about your music is it kind of takes us back in time to the video gaming era. And for those people that don't know, Vic20 is actually named after a computer. Can you tell us about how you came about with the name Vic20?
I think for any artist, coming up with the band or project name is always really hard, and I think just for me, my whole childhood was ingrained in Atari, ColecoVision, Commodore, and then later Nintendo, obviously. And so kind of my heartstrings were pulled towards Commodore computers. It was my first computer I ever had was a Commodore 64, but I didn't think C64 or Commodore 64 was a cool name. Vic kind of sounded like a name. And then, of course, Vic20, I thought that was kind of cool. My friend made a logo for me. It's a guy named Mike Tremali, and it's the same logo I still use, and just love it. Obviously, my music is ingrained with computers and video games and that kind of stuff because when I was a kid, all that stuff was brand new. There's a song on my album called CES 81 that talks about all the industry changing and all the computers and different companies coming about, and I just wanted to catch that nostalgia because I experienced all that as a kid, all this information being thrown through magazines or newspaper clippings or an occasional TV story. Of course, today we have the internet, you get everything instantly. Back then you had to like dig to find out about computers or music. So that's pretty much why I do what I do.
Yeah, I was listening to your latest album. Is it called Home Computer?
Yeah, Home Computer Age.
Home Computer Age. And basically when it kind of starts off, it kind of feels like you're almost turning on a computer and you're hearing all these sound effects and things like that. Tell us how you found all the sounds and samples to be able to create those tracks on your album.
Right. Well, there's a great site called Splice. That's like a monthly service you can pay to download samples, and they have dialogue, they have music, they have loops, all kinds of stuff available. You can also rent plugins and things like that or buy them. And also just scouring YouTube and just the internet in general, just finding little clippets and sampling them and putting them all together and just creating that vibe, that nostalgia of that time. You know, when I was a kid and I got a computer for Christmas or for my birthday or whatever the occasion was, and when you're hooking everything up and you power it on for that first time and that screen lights up, I mean, it's just like, there's nothing better than that.
Wow, yeah, it's awesome. Well, I actually ordered some of your music, and you've got it in a few different formats, which I thought was really cool. One of them, a floppy disk.
Yes.
I thought, I've never actually known of anyone release something on a floppy disk. What came up with that idea?
Well, the floppies are actually they're blank, but I just thought it was a cool aesthetic for the theme of the album to have floppy disks. I was going to do the bigger 5 1/4 floppies too, but the label are just a little like sliver, and they don't look as good. So I did the smaller ones, and they're easier to ship too. I did see someone on Instagram though was able to find. They wrote a program, and they were able to format an MP3 down into a small megabyte file and put it on a floppy. So I'm actually reaching out to him to see how he did it, and if he'd be willing to share the info with me.
Oh, that's really funny because I was almost going to buy a floppy disk drive and just see if there was anything on it. Because, most computers are pretty update with USB now, so it'd be quite tricky to actually put one of these in your computer.
Yeah. People do USB sticks, too, where they have files on there. Or I haven't gone that route yet. I just have cassette, CD, and I'm actually working on putting out vinyl right now. And then after we complete the vinyl, we're going to release Summer Endless on cassette tape, which has never been put out that way, which is my first album I put out.
Well, I've actually got your cassette here as well. And I hear you just created different coloured versions of the cassette.
Yeah, I actually have them here in front of me. I don't know how well you can see them with the weird colors.
Like red, yellow, green.
And hot pink.
Hot pink. Awesome.
Gold, yellow, and green. And then, of course, the black. I've got a few of the black cassettes left as well.
Yeah, I think I've got the black one here. I wonder if I'm the only one in Australia that has it.
I think there's maybe 2 or 3 there now.
Oh, wow.
I think you were the second person set there.
Second person. Well, I feel special. Well, Vic20 has an awesome prize for the viewers today. What have you got?
I've got a copy of Home Computer Age on CD and cassette for your listening pleasures.
Awesome. Well, guys, all you need to do is subscribe or comment on this video, and we will pick one lucky person to win this awesome prize. So get on to it. So what are we looking forward to in the future with Vic20? What's coming up? What are you working on?
Well, I just completed a couple of projects. I got to work with a idol of mine, Claude from Anything Box. I did a remix of New Order's Temptation, did the music, and then Claude did the vocals, and that's available on Bandcamp right now. It's called Numbers Covered 2. It's to benefit a club in Houston. All those proceeds go to help the club stay open during the pandemic. And there's some other great artists on there, like T for Two and Front 242, and a bunch of different, I can't remember everybody that's on there, but a lot of great acts are on there, donated songs and their time and talent. And then I'm working on a couple of remixes. I've got a Future Kids remix coming out for Purple City Night, July 16th. And then I just recently released Arcade Crush about 3 months ago. It's gone by pretty quick. And then I'm working today. I was going through all my files on my computer, and I've got about 18 songs right now that need to be developed for the new album. So there's going to be an album out before the end of the year.
Wow. So you're a busy guy.
Very busy, yeah.
It's good. It's good we can be busy with what we love doing.
Absolutely.
So can you tell the audience how we can find out more about your music and where they can listen to it?
My preferred landing spot would be the Bandcamp site for Vic20. That's where all of my merch is hosted. I've got t-shirts, stickers, buttons, CDs, cassettes. Soon will be vinyl there. And of course, you can get me through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that fun stuff. And of course, I have a YouTube channel. We're going to definitely have more music videos in the future and more content on the YouTube channel as well.
Awesome. Well, we're about to play your music video, Suburban Teen Dreams, which I've helped you out with the visuals and for the music video. But can you tell us about that song?
That song kind of started as a just a real kind of like, it's a very emotional song to me anyway. Just kind of thinking about back in high school, junior high, whenever you'd be in a relationship with somebody and, they would move on, break your heart, and just that feeling you have of despair and feeling like you're trapped in the town you're in, and maybe you are having a hard time with friends or whatever, or, and just wanting to get out of that place and start a new life somewhere. And so that's kind of the theme of the song. It's just about teen romance and relationships. And a fun fact, my daughter, Claudia, and her husband, Jed, are the voices at the very beginning of the song.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we're excited about this music video. It hasn't been played yet, so everyone that's watching this show today is getting to see it for the very first time. So
yeah, world premiere.
Thank you so much, Vic, for being on the show today. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you very soon.
You will. Thanks, James. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Let's watch the video, guys.
Bye, world.
dreamed of finishing that dance.
Okay.
Small portion of my life that's incomplete.
I thought you were going to say something.